Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got the Amazing Spider-Man 3, Toby and original X-Men returning for Multiverse of Madness. I heard about that news a lot, though, man. I don't know if it's supposed to be true, but it do seem like they got a lot of Marvel's intros, so it might be true in that bit. It might be true though. You know what I mean? You just gotta find out when the time comes closer. You know what I'm saying? That's next year of May. May, right? May will come out. Yeah. So when time come closer, then we gon' you know what I'm saying, the news gonna get out there, a lot. Just like Spider-Man, No Way Home, just like the other movies, you know what I'm saying, and all the other movies. But yeah, so when time get closer, we gon' but right now, I mean, they're talking about it right now, but you know what I'm trying to say, just like rumors and shit, you know what I mean? Just take it a grain of salt. Then we heard about Spider-Man number 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3, because Andrew popped up, you know what I mean? And so we got news on that. Then we already know Spider-Man 4 coming out for Tom Holland. We don't know what the title's gonna be like, but it's probably gonna be set up. Not probably, it's gonna probably set up in college. You know what I mean? Like we expected. You feel me? Because they did 3 years or 3 movies. You know what I'm saying? In high school. Now they're gonna do another 3 movies in college, which nobody. That's gonna be crazy though. Nobody ain't gonna know his ass. But I think somebody gonna know his ass, and that's MJ. MJ probably gonna know him because MJ still got the necklace though. So we gonna see how that played out, man. We gonna see, what villains they gonna come for Spider-Man 4 though. But leave a like to my channel, and let's get it. Get straight to the news. Yeah, let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And Spider-Man No Way Home has officially made $1 billion. Huge.
Yeah, I told y'all, folks. I mean, it was out there last week. I think that's why I heard about it too. They made $1 billion, but I thought, hey, look, like I said though, I went to Tuesday. It came out the other week, last week, but we saw Tuesday because, Friday or Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? My cheap ass. But I saw it on Tuesday and shit. I'm like, bro, the whole parking lot was packed. People had to go to the garage. You know what I mean? People had to go to the garage, to park. You feel me? That's what like, bro, they making money, and there's probably some people that already saw this bitch already from last week coming back Tuesday. You feel me? Because a lot of people see it. A lot of people saying I saw this bitch 4 times, 5 times. Even my homeboy was like, "Oh, this is my second time watching this bitch." He saw it last week when it first came out, and then he saw it Tuesday. I'm like, yeah, they making money, folks. And plus, I've been knowing they're gonna make money because of Spider-Man. The title says itself, folks. While Tom Holland or not, it's still gonna make money. It's still gonna make $1 billion. Okay. But man, it wasn't a surprise for me though. I know some people probably was, but for me, and then plus it's Marvel on top. Look, it's Marvel Studio, folks. Their name itself gonna boost it up a lot. You know what I mean? Type shit. But yeah. And
huge congratulations to Spider-Man No Way Home, Sony, and Marvel Studios. It's a huge accomplishment, and they took to social media today and yesterday to announce this. And this is the first movie to reach $1 billion during the pandemic.
Yeah, facts. Cause Shy ain't reached $1 billion, but it did a lot for the pandemic though. It did a lot. But this movie right here, it did $1 billion though. It beat Sheen Shy though. Sheen Shy was good too. It did a lot of numbers, no cap. First movie too, but this right here, I been know it's gonna make not $1 billion, but I been know it's gonna make $1 billion, but to make a lot, you know what I mean? But $1 billion in less than 12 days. Movie came out less than a week. This month, some shit takes a little bit. I'll say till next month, but it came out this month. It only came out 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks span. Might be 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, man, they got all that money right back, even triple that, or quadruple that to $1 billion. They got all that money right back, even more. What they just made off that budget's just, you feel me? Come on now, like that's crazy.
Are you guys seeing this?
They're here because of you.
I mean, when you put it like that.
Exclusively in movie theaters.
Now, with all of the rumors that came out before this movie, we all knew that it was going to be a massive success. Most of
Facts. I'm already knowing though.
us knew that it would hit $1 billion even during a pandemic, especially with
I
all
was saying during COVID. And COVID, it like, okay, 2020, if it was from 2020, it still probably made $1 billion. But COVID ain't like what it was 2020, but it's still out there though. It's still, you gotta put your mask on. Well, some people, I put masks on sometimes. Like, if I put masks on, just be respectful. I ain't gonna lie. Half the time, I really don't put that shit on. But you know what I mean, over that shit, you know what I mean, because it ain't that heavy. But over that shit, it's still making a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, it's still making a lot of money. No cap.
of the rumors going around about who was supposed to be in the film. And of course, they hit, especially with all of the rumors going, knew that it would hit $1 billion even during a pandemic, especially with all of the rumors going around about who was supposed to be in the film. And of course, they hit it, and now the future is looking fantastic for Spider-Man, but not just our Spider-Man. It looks like Sony might have some plans to do their own Spider-Man universe and have a Spider-Man that isn't Tom Holland, but also capitalize on the multiverse being a part of the MCU now. In fact, right now we have some really awesome rumors going around, and of course some confirmations that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to get 3 more movies, and
Yep. I already know that. Yep.
that
Sony that's good though.
is possibly thinking about bringing Andrew Garfield.
Like, I see why, because they did him dirty, but it's like, what's Andrew gonna be connected to? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be just his own movie, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna be connected to? That's what I want to know. But we see though, we see how they, you know what I mean, how Sony rocks. But cause Spider-Man, Tom Holland got his own connection. You know what I mean? He got connection with the, you know what I mean? So what's his connection? You know what I'm saying? No, it's like he just having a movie. That's it. Cause people just saying they want to get 3. You know, Spider-Man made 3, and then what? That's it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta look at shit like that. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all opinion is. Let me know in the comment below. But yeah.
Spider-Man back for a Spider-Man 3, and Marvel could be considering using Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, along with some other
Oh, okay. Okay.
original Marvel movie characters. So we have a lot of exciting things to talk about. Let's break it all down. And of course, if you love the MCU and want to stay up to date on everything that's happening, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So since it's a Spider-Man video and some things from Spider-Man No Way Home do affect what I will eventually talk about, let's talk about no spoilers first, and then when I get into spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home, I'll give you a spoiler alert, and for those of you who haven't seen it, you can leave then. Or just stick around if you don't care. So, the first thing let's talk about here is Andrew Garfield possibly returning for the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now, obviously, this will exist in the Sony universe. Tom Holland
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, so okay, Sony side. Okay.
is the MCU Spider-Man. They're not about to replace him, and they're not about to kind of share the spotlight with Andrew Garfield. Even though I am a big fan of Andrew Garfield, but
You could whatever. But I mean, you could whatever.
right now, it's looking like Sony might divide their Spider-Verse and bring in their own Spider-Man, and it's looking like it's going to be Andrew Garfield if it does happen. Of course, Tobey Maguire is amazing, but right now I think in his career he's a little bit too old to...
That's what I was saying. Like, Toby, you could tell in the movie, like, you know, he getting up there. You know, he's still young. I mean, you know, not young, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, he still look good. But he getting up there, though. You know, you can tell by his, you know what I mean? In that movie, though, y'all saw, man, you know, No Way Home. Like, he getting up there, though. So
take on
I
that
wanna
mantle
stay.
again. He couldn't really pass off as a college student. However, I would love to see Spider-Man as a professor. Who knows, maybe one day they'll do it. But right now, the hopes are that we could get an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
That's your right, though. Was good. No shit.
With Andrew Garfield. Now, a lot of people are wondering, well, what is the story going to be about? Well,
That's what I was saying, too. Like, I don't know. What we
two
see,
things we have to consider when we think about the story. One is Tom Hardy's Venom and everything that he said about fighting Spider-Man, and 2, some events that happened in Spider-Man No Way Home, which we won't dive into yet. But basically, it's looking like Sony does want a Spider-Man versus Venom film. So we have to keep in mind that an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie could be about Venom. Now, at the same time, it does seem pretty clear that Venom 3 is indeed going to happen, and it kind of seemed like that's when they wanted Spider-Man and Venom to face off against each other. But that's not confirmed. We don't know the actual plan. And if we think about it, Andrew Garfield has actually never fought Venom before. The other two Spider-Men have either fought Venom or other alien-type creatures. For example, Tom Holland's Spider-Man fought Thanos. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man hasn't really fought anybody out of this world. Now, there are also reports going around right now from some insiders, like Daniel RPK in My Time to Shine Hello, stating that Tobey Maguire could also be brought back by Sony as well. If you've seen the trailer for Doctor Strange, Maguire could also be like Daniel RPK in My Time to Shine Hello, stating that Tobey Maguire could also be brought back by Sony as well. If you've seen the trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you know that, well, the multiverse is in madness now. And I can't stress how much anything is possible in Multiverse of Madness. Right now, there are rumors going around that we could see some original X-Men, perhaps even some original Fantastic Four members. Could you imagine if Chris Evans showed up, not as Captain America, but as the Human Torch? Everyone would lose their minds. And the great thing is these are all very possible things that could happen. Now, I have to issue the spoiler alert now if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home. We got to dive deeper into things, and if you haven't seen the movie, spoilers are coming. We're going to get right back to Doctor Strange, but first let's address The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the whole Venom alien thing, which seemed to possibly be a setup. When the three Spider-Men were talking about the villains that they fought, Tobey and Andrew have mentioned that they both have fought aliens. Tom, of course, fought Thanos, he's an alien, and Tobey described Venom, in which Andrew Garfield said, I want to fight an alien. Now, at first, this is kind of just a funny line, you might not think much.
It's like a hint, just like they said. Just like unless it was like next time it should be a what's called Black Spider-Man next time. That's a hint. You know, people have been saying Miles, Miles and shit supposed to be in this movie. Not in the movie, but wherever he supposed to come and shit. So it's like they gave us little hints in the movie if y'all listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be a Black Spider-Man, and then he talking about I came with the fight alien myself, some shit. You know what I mean? So it been like a lot of hints. So I've been listening. When I saw the movie and shit. So yeah. So
about it, but then we got the post-credit scene, the very first post-credit scene, where we saw Eddie Brock and Venom in the MCU. This was,
and then his Venom, I saw that shit till his Venom left him. Not left him, but a piece of Venom wanted to stay or some shit was in the table. I saw that shit on YouTube, but yeah.
It's a post-credit scene of Venom Let There Be Carnage. They got transferred into the MCU. We now know that it was because of Doctor Strange's spell, but at the end, where everybody forgot who Peter Parker was, they got sent back. However, a little piece of the symbiote was left behind.
Yeah.
Now, this is definitely setting up the Venom symbiote to attach to Tom Holland's Peter Parker at some point in time, but as far as we're concerned, that's it. No Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland Spider-Man. But what makes sense and what I've mentioned before is that the bartender was telling Eddie Brock to go to New York to find Spider-Man. Eddie Brock said, yeah, maybe I should go find the Spider-Man person. And right now, the biggest theory out there that would be absolutely insane is that when Eddie Brock gets back to his own universe, he does go to New York and tries to find Spider-Man, but he doesn't find Tom Holland, he finds Andrew Garfield. And like I mentioned before, Sony seems to be doing their own thing. They possibly could want their own Spider-Man, and the Oscorp logo and building that we saw in the Morbius trailer is the same from the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. And Morbius mentions Venom in his trailer, so we know that Venom and Morbius are indeed going to be in the same universe, and also the Daily Bugle logo is the same. So it is a very decent possibility that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man could be the main Spider-Man in Sony's universe, and his Spider-Man could go up against Eddie Brock and Venom. Now, the multiverse is blown open now. It didn't exactly go into madness at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, since they kind of fixed everything by letting everybody forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. But as we saw from the second post-credit scene, which is the trailer for Multiverse of Madness, things are bad. And anything is possible. And we do have those rumors about the X-Men, about the Fantastic Four, rumors about the Illuminati showing up. And not about just a normal Illuminati, but an Illuminati that is responsible for the multiverse. Rumor has it that Strange is in a little bit of trouble. He's kind of the one, I'm sure along with the Scarlet Witch, responsible for bringing the multiverse into madness, and the Illuminati wants a word with him. And even Mordo
The wait is finally over.
Do you go to the movies?
Of course I go to the movies.
Critics are calling Licorice Pizza Paul Thomas Anderson's most endearing movie yet. It's 5 out of 5 stars.
Is that your girlfriend? It's complicated.
Licorice Pizza, now playing in movie theaters everywhere. Rated R.
My first workout on tonal was a lot tougher than I was expecting. The fact that you can
mentions that at the heart of all of the problems of everything is Doctor Strange. And if you notice, we kind of see two different looks of Mordo in the trailer. One of them could be a variant of him. And that
that's what I was saying though. 'Cause I'm like, damn, he got dressed that quick. Not quick, but you know, I'm like, damn, he got dressed. And then the other one, he still got the cut. So it might be two variants, just like low-key variants. But then, you know, since some of them wasn't the same. Or just like Doctor Strange variant. You know what I mean? The evil one and the good one. So, yeah, it might be, though.
Mordo could perhaps work for or be a part of the Illuminati, and perhaps that is why he's coming for Doctor Strange. Now, there have been rumors that Tobey could also appear in several other films down the road, Doctor Strange 2 obviously being one of them, with the vast amount of possibilities for this film. I hope in some way, shape, or form we do see him again. And for those of you wondering about these rumors that have been around for a while coming from people like Daniel RPK, some of these, yes, will be just little quick cameos, but some of these won't be. There's talks that Professor X could show up, and he could even fight the Scarlet Witch. Now, in the comics, Professor X is a part of the Illuminati, so bringing him into Multiverse of Madness would fit perfectly. Also, if you've been following me for a while, I've mentioned this a few times over the past year, Patrick Stewart admitted that he met with Marvel Studios. He told us he met with Kevin Feige about returning as Professor Xavier. He literally told us this in an interview. Now, at the time, he said he wasn't going to reprise his role. However, Andrew Garfield also said he wasn't the werewolf, and look where we are now. Just because somebody says, no, I'm not in the movie, doesn't mean that it's true. They
Fast, like Andrew Griffin saying, no, I'm not in the movie. So I says, right in the movie. But because it's you gotta follow the script, man. You gotta follow the script, man. Or you won't, so you won't get fired and shit, or be in, in trouble. But yeah,
can't legally say they're not in the film. And
yeah, I'm about to say you can't say it to the movie, because that's why Andrew was like saying no, and we already know he was lying. But at the same time, it was like take a grain of salt. But yeah, we can tell you was lying though, Andrew. Yeah. Before, like, now we know we in the movie. But I'm just saying, like, you can tell people lying though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, sometimes they're not, but in cases like this where rumors are going around and maybe there's some proof out there, always keep an open mind, because they definitely could show up. And I really hope Professor X is in this film. No word about Andrew Garfield being in this film has been thrown around yet, but the rumors flying around are that he will return in some future films along with Tobey Maguire. And what I actually hope happens is that Andrew takes the Amazing Spider-Man 3, he gets his movie, and he appears in the Sony universe sometimes, and then Tobey Maguire appears randomly in the MCU as sort of a mentor for Tom Holland's Peter Parker, since he's kind of on a very different path now and he's alone. I think that would be just an awesome ultimate scenario, but let me know what you think. My voice is going away, I'm still a little sick, so I'm going to wrap up the video, but please let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the recent MCU news, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Anyway, man, let me know what y'all think. A lot of news came out today. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take a grain of salt still. Take a grain of salt. But a lot of news came out, man. And yeah, let me know what y'all think. Let me know in the comment down below. But yeah, like it up, sub, keep subbing. And yeah, peace.